All right. Um, sorry, I'm trying to do something a little bit, just a little bit different here. Give me 1 second. It is. There it goes. Perfect. Okay. We are ready to go. Hopefully I can close that without there being a problem. All right. So, so sorry, trying to get adjusted here. In the last episode, what we did, okay, I mentioned that I was going to try to get, I think it was my dirt seeds to 10, 10, 10, and the inferium that I got to 10, 10, 10. We're not going to do anything with those guys over there. We're just going to leave them. You know what I mean? We're just going to leave them. We don't need them. Let me scoot over here. Apologies again. So we got the inferium seeds. We got everything. Let's come up over here. Rid of all those. Let's see. So what do we need now? We need to get all of these. Yeah, we need to get all these different types of seeds here. Because what I want to do that's a little bit different than what I normally do, right, is I want to get every single seed of every kind. You know what I mean? So I want to get all of the different essences here. And then my next goal is to make sure that every seed that I get is 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Right? So that's kind of going to be what we're working on right now. So let's go ahead and figure out what we need to do now. So those are just the seeds. Tier 1's done. We're in tier 2. We need to get some of these. So how would we go about getting the bone meals? Okay. We're gonna need a few things. We could do, I think, a squeezer. I think a squeezer does something similar. Or something I definitely want to try to get very, very soon is some what was it? It's the type of seed that's gonna help me do stuff. Or no, I know what it was. I want to get fans. That's what I want to get. Fans are going to be kind of on the expensive side, but they're going to be so helpful. They need iron, stone, and redstone. So something that we need to do real quick is look at trying to get some stone seeds. How are we going to do that? We need fire and water. We need fire and water. Okay, they don't want to do that, really. We're going to get rid of these right here. Because we already have dirt seeds that are 10, 10, 10. Don't need that. We don't need that either. Yeah, so all of these are a 10, 10, 10 seed. So what we need to do is we need to take all of these and throw them out. Just get them out of here. And all of the 10, 10, 10 seeds that we have, we're going to go in there. I'd also like to kind of consolidate our essence that we have. Let's take a look. I'll put Imperium in there because Imperium is one of the products over here. Let's take a look. What do we have? So we have an analyzer. I don't know what this is. Can be used to cycle, or can be used to inspect genomes of seeds while observing. Scroll to cycle through genes. So yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Let's take one of these, I guess. There we go. Um, there we go. Um, I don't, I mean, that's kind of cool. It highlights the different bars of it, so you got the 10 different things. Okay, so the gain is 10 to 9, growth is 10, species is the wood, fertility 10, strength 10, and then, okay, so that's interesting. Um, 10, 10, wood, 10, 8. So that's the difference. So it's a range. Okay. So we want to get rid of these, and we just want these. We just want those. Take a look at these. Huh. Okay. We took a little quick peek at that. As you can see, I didn't do very much more there. So if we take all of these and we just take a little look, all of these should be 10, 10. Oh no, they're not. That sucks. So what we'll do is we'll take all of these, we'll throw all of these out. Kickstart our day with some seed stuff. We'll take those, give me this. We'll take that, take that. Boom. All right. So hopefully we can get everything to a 10, 10, 10 state. So that way we don't have to worry about how much it's going to produce, how much we'll get. You know, we just know. So yeah, we can go ahead and do something like that. Let's see here. So this is the seed that we had, which is a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Let's take a look and see what other seeds we get access to here. We got an earth seed. It is a 10, 10, 10, so we'll keep that on standby. These can be thrown away. Then there's a wood seed that we don't need because we already have wood seeds. Let's take a look at these. So there's 2, 10, 3, and 10. So we're gonna take these. And then we can do something with these. We can do essentially the same thing with these. So we'll just go ahead and put these down here for now. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of this. It's, sadly, there's nothing that we can do to make this very much better. Music and sound. Okay, going good there. I want to make sure my music was up. I was having a little bit of trouble with my sound there before I started streaming here. But yeah, let's see what we can do with these. And hopefully we can get these to be a absolute 10 10 10 seed here. Hopefully. We'll probably get some weirdness going on. I don't know what's going on with this guy. Growing. Oh, it's an earth seed, that's why it's an elemental. So what we'll do is we will take these. So that's the one, I think that's the one we started out with. We'll take this. Oops. We'll take that. It's a 3, 3, 10. Sorry, scratch my eye. Species, dirt to wood. And then 10, 10. So it's a 10, 10, 10, 3, 3. This is a 4, 10, 10, 10, 10. So this is a good one. Now, what do we got here? We got a 4, 10, 10, dirt to wood, 5, 10. Okay. And then we'll look at what this has to offer. A 10, 10, 10, dirt to dirt, 4, 10. I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, these are the way to go, because if I remember correctly, there's a little bit more wrong with this one. 4, 10, 10, dirt, 10, 10. Oh, well. Not really. Sneeze. Ugh. Let's see. All right. Sorry about that. Again. Let's see if these stack. They do not, so there's something different about those, which is kind of good news. We'll go ahead and do that. Let's do this. Okay, let's give this a grow and see where this takes us now. So yeah, let's go ahead and get all this growing. Yeah, there it goes. That's probably not, oh, nope, it is. It's, that's dirt. And that's also dirt. Perfect. So this is the seed that we started off with. We're going to go put that up there. And then we're going to go ahead and get rid of all these. And now we need to figure out why these are different. So we have a 10, 10, 10, dirt to dirt, 10, 10. So these are exactly what we're looking for. All the rest of these can go away. So now, hopefully, if I do this, hopefully all of these will start to grow. I don't want it to produce any, I want to try to take this like one at a time, you know. Let's go ahead and do that. Do that. Okay. And now we should have full 10, 10, 10 seeds. Now we got to do the same thing over here. I know it sucks. These are 10, 10, 10 seeds. This is the one that we started off with. Typically the ones that, so what I've noticed is if you have singular ones like this, so I have 8 here, that was the large majority. Then you have 3s, and then you have a 1. Typically the 1 is going to be the best. So it's a 10, 10, 10, Ethereum, 9, 10. Does that have 9? It does have 9, don't it? We take a look at these. These are a 10, 10, 10, Inferium, 9 to 10, and then there's 10. So there's that. If we take a peek at these, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay, so these are the ones that we want right here. We're gonna go ahead and put those down, get rid of these real quick. Perfect. Okay. These are a true 10, 10, 10 seed. Make sure we're not getting any weirdness going on. Okay. Because these Inferium seeds are going to be like the base of everything we do. So, with that being said, you know, you want them at the best that they could possibly be. because they're gonna give you the best stuff that they can, you know. Because like I said, everything around this revolves around increasing the Inferium you have to do other stuff, and it's a whole slew of other things. But now that we've got those, we need to focus on potential storage. Would be really nice to start off and do. Like that would be super super nice. Um, there's ME drives. There's these storage drawers. Storage drawers would be kind of cool. I would like to do some automation, but that's going to require us to get iron and plastic. Plastics, plastic essence, plastic essence. Doesn't say what it comes from. Oh, plastic seeds come from rubber seeds and fire seeds, which we can get fire seeds. Rubber seeds are earth and water. So theoretically, you know, granted, you know, other than the fact that we have to get redstone and iron and gold, we pretty much have everything, right? Pretty much have everything. So, with that being said, let's look at trying to get some other stuff here. Something else I'd like to get is I'd like to get these, but you need diamonds for that. And prosperity for that matter. Prosperity is tin and ice. Ice is water and inferium. Again, the base seed. Let's look at these two earth seeds real quick. That's the wrong thing. Look at these earth seeds. That's a 4, 10, 10, 10, and so it's got a 4. That doesn't look too bad to me. This is a 3, 10, 9. Yeah, no, this is worse. So this one's worse, so we'll get rid of that one. And what we'll do is we'll pick up our inferium seeds here. And as you can see, all of those seeds now stack completely together. So that's why I was wanting to do that, is because they will always stack completely together. There will not be one that's a little bit different than the other. So, which in my first playthrough, I never knew that. I was always confused as to why one of them decided it was going to grow a certain way and the other one was going to do the same thing, you know. Like, I was always just super confused by that. Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. I need more of these. Cool. We have some more of these. Let's go ahead and do this. Yep. Get this done. And hopefully, at the very end of all this, we take this, we say, okay, well, this is the one that we had starting off. Go ahead and break all these. Broke all those, so now we have this. This is a 5 and a 6. This is a 10. I don't like that very much, so what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these and all of those. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this and just do this. And then we're just going to redo it real quick. See if we can get something that's a little bit more standard and common. Because as they mentioned before, you know, it can always go down depending on what the parent plant's stats are. So hopefully, doing this. Oh, we got a wood seed. Oh, okay. So this can go away. I'm gonna put that up there. So we got a few different ones. So this is a 10. So now all of these are the 10, 10, 10 seeds. And now we need to investigate. 5, 10. So this is a 5. We need to check these real quick. Let's give these a little look and see what we got. That's a 4. So these are worse. This is the best we have so far. Take a look at this. It's a 6, 10. Okay, so these are better. That's a 10. So you see what I was saying? So that came from something, I'm pretty sure is what it was saying, and that's a 7. So this is the best seed that we have. So what we'll do is we'll take all these, and although it is not a pure element, which you can't really get, we'll go ahead and take this and spread these out, because these should stack together as they are the same seed. And this is what we need to do for all of them if we want them to stack together, which is just going to be super nice in the long run, because you can get a seed reprocessor that gives you more essence, because I'm pretty sure you get seeds from harvesting them using like the automatic planter harvester thing. So I'm going to get this one, because this is the furthest down the line. I'm going to get this one. They are different somehow. I don't know how that's possible. Let's go ahead and take a peek at this. 10, 10, 10, earth to earth, 10, 10. So this is the one that we're going to want. So now that we actually have an earth to earth, that's going to make everything so much easier on us. Crop sticks. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. Boom. 2 stacks right there. Alright. Should have a magnifying glass. I don't know quite what it... We looked at it. I think we looked at it before we got off, but... Oh, that allows me to look at it in real time. So that's a 10, 10, 10, earth to earth. And then that's a 10, 10. What is this? 10, 10, 10, earth to earth, 10, 10. And then we'll come over here. And this is a 10, 10, 10, earth to earth, 10, 10. Okay, perfect. So that means, theoretically anyway, whenever you break this one, and you break this one, I fail to see the difference. I don't know what the difference is. 10, 10, earth to earth, 10, 10. It might be a bug. 10, 10, earth to earth, 10, 10. I think that's what's going on. I think it might very well just be a bug. We'll see which ones they gravitate to the most. So it's probably going to be this one. Like I said, I don't know what the difference is, because they should all be earth to earth. Yeah, no, all of them are earth to earth. So we'll just use the one that has the most. Very simple. And as a matter of fact, we'll just go ahead and throw these out just in case. And give it one more spread, and then after this spread, we will, after this spread, we'll just keep them here for the time being until we can figure out a use for them. What I am going to do is I'm going to do this, and then, actually, let's do this right here. Let's figure out what we need to do, because something I want to do is, like I said, I'd like to get automation. Automation will make this a lot easier. Power, you need solar panels, you need redstone and a mirror, mirror's glass and iron. You know, that's nice and all. Let's look at, should I make a reactor? That would be something, wouldn't it? Let's see. So we need to do, I think storage should be one of the first things we work on here. There's a compacting drawer. There's a storage drawer controller. What is that gonna need? Oh, that's gonna need quartz. I think one of the things that we really need to work on is obtaining some kind of heat source. So we need stone. That's what we're gonna do. So like I said, one of the things that we'll do is we'll go through and we'll do all of this. So let's go and figure out what we need. Oops. A little too far. We need water and fire. So, oh. 1 second. Let's see. Okay. What we need to do is we need to get some fire seeds, which these are a 10-10-4. Let's figure out how do we get fire seeds? Inferium and wood. So what we'll do is we'll take these are 10-10-10, right? 10-10, wood 10. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so there was something weird about those seeds. I don't know what was going on. There was probably a very minor difference. Like that one's minorly different. We have an Inferium seed and we have a wood seed. So now what we can do is we take this right here, boom, boom, and do this. There we go. So now theoretically there should be a 10-10-10 seed. So now instead of going through all that process and all that hoopla of yay, and doing all the hoopla of trying to figure out, well, not even trying to figure out, but trying to do the whole 10-10-10 thing. If your seeds are already 10-10-10 and you're trying to get another seed, then you could use the existing ones that you have and their properties or their stats, and then they will combine to make one seed. And in our case, it's 10-10-10, which is going to be super nice for later on down the road. So now all we can do is all we have to do is just do this. And whenever we do this, we sit here in the middle with our little magnifying glass, and it'll grow those from all the way over there and bring them all the way down this way. Hopefully. Fire and wood. Fire and fire. Okay. So now, what we need to do is we need, oops. Now what we need to do is we need to put these away, put those away, and we can go ahead and set this stuff in here because we don't need that yet. Now, put that in there. We can set these sticks back. Now that we have fire, we need what? Water? Okay, now we need water seeds, which needs nature and wood. How do we get nature? Nature is from earth and dirt. So now we need to grab the dirt. And what I'm going to do with these anyway is I'm just going to throw them in there for now. And we can worry about those later. Oops. Now, what we can do is we can take the earth seed, if I remember correctly. Dirt, earth, boom, boom, sticks. Nature seeds. They should be a 10-10-10 seed as well. So that's perfect. So now we're going to put these back. Oh, actually. Because that's going to bother me if it's not. Anyway, so now we have that. So, the storage boxes or the storage drawers are going to be super helpful for when we have all the different seeds coming in, because what we can do is we can have the so we can come over here and go to automation. The planter gatherer, what it can do is, you know, it's got different tiers of range, but what we can do with those is have those automatically pipe out into the storage drawers. We could put a void upgrade on the storage drawers, so if they get too full, then we don't have to worry about it. And then we could have a system like a disk drive and or an ME drive, depending on which format of, which I'm probably going to go for this because these have crafters, and the crafters you could just put in a oh man, you could just put in a recipe, like a crafting recipe, into those, and they would automatically do it if it's in a 3x3, you know. So yeah, that's gonna be super nice. We'll figure out what's going on with these. I'm pretty sure these are good, and I'm pretty sure these are good. Now, like I was saying, we need to get stone seeds. And that's from water, which that's nature and wood. So that's the next thing that we need to do. So we need to grab a wood. So we get a nature, a wood. We're gonna go ahead and just grow these real quick. And water. Please tell me it's a 10-10-10 seed. It is. Fantastic. So now we can just take those, put those in there. No biggie, no worry. Put all these away. Boom. Just like so. Now, we can take that. And now we need the fire and water. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to investigate these just a tad. So we got a 10-10, fire to fire, 10-10. I'm not even going to investigate those. So now what we'll do is we'll take this, grow these on up. Grow them on up. Then what we'll do is we'll take these. Please grow. Oh, don't tell me you need them. What's your problem, dude? Oh, it's a coal seed. Whoops. Hey, stone seed. Perfect. So we got a coal seed, which is actually really, really nice. So now we can just set these in here. And now if we do this, we can figure out what this is used for. What is it used for? Well, it's used for stone, cobblestone. So now we don't have to just have plain old wood running around. So that's going to be one of the first things. One of the other things that we need to do is if we're going to get into the other seeds, we need this one. We need this. So how are we going to get this? Well, we need to get something like this, which means we need prosperity. And prosperity is gotten from, if I remember correctly, the one thing that I didn't like about this whole entire mod was first the beginning and trying to get the Imperium, but once you did that, it was all right. The next biggest issue that I had was the mana stuff. Getting into all of the mana stuff was dreadful. But that's a tier 3 seed. Well, no, we would have to get, yeah, no. We definitely need to get we need to get into the mana stuff for the Botania, which means a stone seed and Imperium block. So we need living rock. How do we get living rock? Through a pure daisy. How do we get a pure daisy? We need a pedestal. We need this. How do we get that? Oh, look at that. So everything kind of comes around, but we need that in order to get the that infusion crystal, because that crystal is going to allow us to upgrade about everything. So, but what I want to do first is I want to get ice. How do we get ice? Inferium and water. Take all the essence out. This is good. That's good. That's good. Water. It's at inferior in water, right? We need nature seeds as well, but we'll do this one step at a time, because if I don't, I'm gonna get overwhelmed and I'm just gonna lose my mind. And now what we'll do is we'll take this, we'll take that, boom, boom. The hair on my finger. All right. Then we just do one of these. All right, now there we go. So now that we have the ice seeds, hopefully they're 10, 10, 10. They in fact are, perfect. And toss all of these in there. Rid of all of that. Clean it up. So now that we have that, we have the ice seed. I would like to get the light. What is this even used for? Huh. Blood magic is another thing that's going to be super difficult to get into. I'm not really complaining, but it is kind of on the more difficult side. We'll have to get into that eventually. We don't need to worry about that currently. So, with that being said, we take all of this. Now, like I said, what we need to do in order to get into this is... Yeah, okay. So, we need to get prosperity. Prosperity is gotten from... let's see. Prosperity seeds are a little bit different. We need to get this. How do we get this? We need to put one ice in a mana pool. How do we get this? We need a pure daisy. I'm trying to figure out what we can use for this. Is it just like any flower? That would be nice. So we need to grab our stone seeds. And we'll go through and do all of this. And then we can start working on this. So after the stone seeds get grown and everything and get distributed eventually, whenever that is. Hello, please. Oh. Probably the biggest problem is it doesn't have crop sticks. Yep. Alright. So now these are going to grow into perfect. Perfect. So now we're going to take all these. We're just going to remove those. Yeah, and then we're just going to grab up all of these. Grab them on up. I forgot if there was something in this mod pack that allowed me to, like, mass harvest these. I forget. But what we can do now, we do that. That one's good. Take these. Do this. That, do that. Oh yeah, we need a flower of some kind. We should have bones. Yeah. But our next problem is there's these. These are super nice because you can craft these into any kind of flower you want, but it's a tier 2. So we need that tier 2 soil in order to do this. So what we have to do is... yep. I want to test to see have to look through all of these and see a little bit later. Would like to see we got some seeds. Now we have a flower. I want to see if this flower. No, so it has to be a mythical agriculture or a botania flower. That sucks, but it's not something we can't do. Oh, as a matter of fact, that's one of the things in tier 2 is, you know, sometimes I'm a little bit of an idiot. Sometimes, a lot of the time. How many do we have? How many do we need? We need 4. Perfect. We take this up here. Well, before we do that, we take this, go like that, go like that, boom. Throw all of these up in there. We'll move these over here. Boom. So now that we have this, we can now get into this right here. So now that we have that, we should be able to get to, hey, they're purple petals. Should be able to take this and do something like this. Yep. Perfect. We're going to need to create a new area for all of this, which we will do very shortly. We need a pure daisy, which means we need... So we need white petals. Is that what I'm seeing? We might need to make a few more trips over there. Not completely sure yet. What we will do in the meantime, though, is we will take these and we will actually begin to grow this. So that way it's not getting in my hand and I don't have to switch hands all the time. Because I just want to sit here and kind of harvest these for a little bit. Because I want to use stone for a lot of this. It's a shame because I don't think the deep slate add-on to the original Minecraft is in here. Because I actually really like the deep slate blocks. If I got that, it would have just been so much better. I would have loved it. You know, it would just make everything more aesthetically pleasing. So now that we have a whole bunch of stone stuff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, take those, boom, it out. There we go. So what we can do is we could take this and make like a little section over here or something, you know, just something small. The builder's gadget's gonna be so nice. I think if we just do this. Yeah. I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. We need some sticks. We'll take these and grab 2 of those. Put those like that. Boom. Where am I going? No. I don't even know if you could waterlog stairs in this version. That's gonna be crazy. We'll go ahead and put these flowers up. We don't need those right now. Okay, so we need to get white flowers, but we also need... So we're gonna need to place stone. Oh yeah, that's another big thing that I was meaning to get. We need to get a furnace, put that here, and now we can actually get, where's my wood? Where's my wood? Wood. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this, just like that. And then we're going to sit here for a moment and we're going to get all of these seeds grown and distributed. And then we're going to do some wood stuff. And then we're going to burn those for some charcoal. All right. So now that we have this, what we can do, I take a little bit of this, take a little bit more. That's going to be plenty. And then if you just hold shift over these, because they grow. So like I said, the benefits of doing the 10-10-10 seeds is they grow so much faster and they give you so much more. Like I can get one wood for every single one of these that's being grown currently, which is so nice because you're going to want a lot of wood. You're going to want a lot of different woods for different things, you know, whether it's, you know, building a base, different kinds of storage drawers, all the different types of stuff. You're going to want seeds for it, or you're going to want different types of wood for it all. And getting a lot of these is going to be pivotal for that. Get that, get that. We do that, balance the grid, boom. And then we can essentially take one of these and then throw these logs in there. Then we have some extra logs to work with, just in case. Now, with that being said, because we're going to need stone. Yeah, we're going to need stone. As you can see, it's a stone. You place it all around that, and then you're good to go. So, I'm pretty sure something else we're going to need is water. Let's take a look to see. Water. Ice. How do you get ice? Is that just from, yeah. So, something else that we're going to need is we're going to need to do, we're going to need to do a little bit of watering. So something else that's good news is that these seeds, because they all stack and there's no difference in them, that shows me that those are the best that they can possibly be. So now, we just do this real quick. Because on top of that, ice seeds are going to be used for their own little thing. So we're going to need to go and grab a good bit of that. Ice is also going to help with other things, I'm fairly certain. I think there's other stuff you can craft with ice, I think. There we go. And now what we could do is we could just sit here and grab a whole bunch of this. Perfect. And then we can come over here, grab up some of this, grab up some ice, and 6 right there. And then we take stairs. I'm pretty sure if we do this, and then if you just, well, no, we can't do this just yet. You actually need a bucket for this. It really sucks. But what we can do is we can just put this right here, put that piece of ice right there, break it, now we have. Can I make another type of bucket? There's clay buckets or ceramic buckets. I'm trying to think. There's tanks, but that's not what I'm looking for. Ceramic bucket. We need clay. Okay. So we need clay. So we need water and earth. Water and dirt. Yeah, so there's some of them are kind of strict with how they want you to do them. And it also looks like these seeds are also good to go. Um, I'm proud of you. You won't hear that, but I am. So now what we need to do is we need to come over here, work on our water a little bit. We're going to grow all of this up. We're going to see what we can do with that. Did I have another water seed? Take a look at this and see what we got. 10, 10, water to wood, 10, 10. Okay. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw all of this in here. And then the essence is gonna go back into there. Perfect. Now we're gonna come back over here. And my Minecraft decided to freak out on me. Sorry about that. And now we should click. That should be plenty. Let me take a look at these real quick. 10, 10, 10, water to water, 10, 10. Okay, so we're going to get rid of those. Put these down here. That's perfect. Some fire seeds in there. Okay. Now we're going to grab some more of these. Let's grab our clay. We just need one more clay. I know I put it in here. There it is. There it again. There we go. Clay right there. We're going to go ahead and smelt down the bucket. And after we get this, we should be able to use this. Probably want a water source of some kind. I'm going to take this. And we're just going to do something a little bit like that right there. Now we're going to take this and we're going to take both of those. Okay, my game is freaking out for some reason. That's a shame. Alright. So now yeah, should be good to go. We'll go ahead and put that back in there. We have charcoal, which is great. That's the wrong box. In here, thank you. There we go. So now we need to get the white daisy things, which no. Sorry, I got stuff popping up on my screen and stuff. It's just being a real nuisance currently. We have the white petals, so we need to put the white petals in there. And in order to get that, we need some more, sadly. We need some more of this floral fertilizer. Means we're probably going to need some more bones. Let's see. Meal. Okay, so there's that, but what if we did something like what if we did something like growth or something? Where's nearby harvest nearby crops grown every 0.5 seconds? That's not what I'm looking for. Overgrowth seed. That'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, so what we're gonna need to do, if anything, what we'd have to do is we'd have to create like a separate section for like wheat seeds, and then use that and use a compacting, not a compacting, a composting bin and get some bone meal that way. That way we can actually do this reliably. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to grab up all of our wood seeds and stuff. We're going to put that down in there because it's good to go. And what do we need? I think here. So we have wood seeds there. Remove those because we don't need those anymore. Put these in there, put those in there. We'll take this and we'll take that. We need to get some more. We'll take these right here, put this in here. And what we'll do is we'll grab another chest just for the Botania stuff. And I reckon we can just put that over here. So we'll just sit all of this stuff in here. So like this, this, and this. We'll take all of that and put that in there. That's what we'll do. And I think what we might do is we need to get grass. Grass block. We need to get some grass, which means we need a nature essence and 4 pieces of the dirt essence. So what we'll do is we'll just grab both of these because this is just going to be the easiest way I know to do it. 34. And then we'll just go ahead and grab a thing of dirt. And we can grab these slabs. This would actually work out all right. And I think what I want to do is we can do like this. We go 1, 2, 1, 2, like this. That's all. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8. So this, theoretically, is a half a stack of blocks. So what we'll do is we'll put that there. And then we'll just come out all the way out. And we'll do that right there. And then we'll take these, put those in there. We're going to need these actually. So now, because what we're going to do is we're just going to grow a whole bunch of wheat seeds. We're going to go ahead and make a composting bin. I can't remember if it's a full thing. It is. Okay. So like I said, we'll create this composting bin. And something else that I want to do, I want to grab these. And what we can do is we can take this right here. And we can do that right there. And then after we do this, grab a hoe. Grab a hoe. I know I have a wood one, but I want a stone one because we have the ability. Now that we have a stone hoe, I want to grab some water for sure. Oh, and this is infinite too. I thought the bucket had a durability on it. That's what I thought. Okay. Now that we have this, so none of this should turn back into dirt because it's got water. How did I get that? Interesting. We're gonna go ahead and take this right here. Grow, grow, grow. And okay, I can only get 1 seed. Now I'm curious. if I take this seed and I go like, okay. Oh, this is also a 10-10 based item. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. That is good to know. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing that. We're gonna go ahead and go to sleep so that way we can get through the night here. And now this should be able to just grow, expand. Maybe it should fall under the same principle. Yeah, it does. So you see how long that took? Okay, so something that I'm gonna want to do, that I know I'm gonna want to do, we're gonna go ahead and just do this, because I'm gonna want to get this to be a 3, but like a 3 long. Give me another 2 of those and 3 of these. Get an axe, because that's gonna be pivotal, because this is just annoying. Let me also grab the dirt from over here beforehand. It's so much faster. Oh my goodness. Alright. And now, if we just take this like this. Now, like, you see how fast or how long it's taking to even move anywhere? And then did you see how long it took over there whenever I was doing the other seeds? Like, it didn't take any time at all. None. I want to get my magnifying glass. A week to week. Okay. This theoretically could have, like the one in between this one, could have a different stat somewhere. Yeah, so it's a 2-to-1 now, so that got better. So that's what we're gonna have to do for this anyway, if we want it to get any better. So I think what we're gonna do is we're also going to do very same thing over here, which is fine. We're gonna have this 3 wide, but the only difference is we're gonna take we're gonna take the seed from over there and essentially, let's see. Let me do that. Do I have any more? I do have more sticks, thank goodness. Perfect. I don't think it'll jump across a block. It could. I don't think it will though, or at least I hope it doesn't. Because what I want it to do is I want it to venture off this way, and by the end it should have developed mutations, and then I can go the opposite direction over here and then just keep it in a circle, so that way eventually I'll get the 10-10-10-10 seed that I've been looking for, hopefully. Of course there's no guarantees of that. Here in a minute I might actually go and grab something to drink, because I am quite parched. Because I don't do this often. So, with that being said, Oh, come on. Let me grab this magnifying glass so I can see what's going on. A 1. Okay, so it's a 1-1. So I think what I'm going to do is the minute that it reaches all the way down here, I'm going to break them all, figure out which one has the best stats out of whichever one it is, and then use that one on the other one, right? But like, it just takes forever. Good grief. Okay, so now with that being said, we can come over here, grab up all these. Perfect. Now, we're just gonna come back through. We're gonna fill all of these up. And then, actually that would have been nice. So now we have these. Can I? Oh, you can. Never mind. Does that need to be on here? It does. Oh, okay. Now, what I'll do is, because I didn't realize I could actually do that, we'll put this in here, because that's obviously one of the worst things. And we'll just set that right there. And we'll give these a shot and get them going. Can I compost the dye? Yeah, but I can compost the flour. The question is can I? Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to explore. Yeah. So this, this is one of the most dreadful portions because it brings you to a point where you're able to get the 10-10-10 seeds and then, do a little bit of adjusting and then, you're fully maxed out from the original 10-10-10 seed that you used. So like we started with dirt seeds, you get those and whatever else that you need to use to combine to make a different seed. And then you have little adjustment. But then it brings you back to reality whenever you have something like this that you need to do. And then you have to start from square one again. And it's yeah, it's not ideal. Honestly, what I think we probably will do, we're gonna take this seed, bring it over here. And we're gonna take this. So the growth is there, but I think the mutative stat that it has, it's the very first one. I think that is low, And that being the case means that it's less likely to gain a stat. I think that's what that means. I think. I could be wrong. Um, I don't know. Does doing this help at all? Like, does this speed up the tick rate or something? I forget. No, I don't think it does. Um, but yeah, we'll just do this until it wraps back around, and then we could essentially just keep doing this if we wanted. If we wanted. Um, Something I want to try that I think would be really funny is we take one of the we take one water seed, right? We take one water seed and we go like this. We take this right here, put that right there. It might be a situation where yeah, I've got it. Oh no, that's not what I want. Give me this. And then if we take this, we put it around here. And then if we take the crop sticks again, put that right there. We need something that will use dirt. So this one would. We'll put this here, put that there, put this here. We wait for this to grow. Oh, I gotta sleep. Hold on. Everybody hold your horses. Gotta wait a second. Okay. Alright. And then hopefully because I was hoping that maybe potentially that this would no, it's just producing the same seed. Well, that kind of sucks. Well, if we did this, see, it just takes so long. Maybe we could do, well, if we actually got this to a 10-10-10 seed, maybe having both of those would actually work out in our favor. But we first have to get it to a 10-10-10 seed. So that's something that we're going to have to work on right now anyway. So let's see. Let's Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this up here. Oops. Put that up there. Any other things? Nope. I'm gonna put these in here. This. We can grab that. Yeah, we put those in there. We put these in here because those. Actually, we'll take that. Put that in here. We need that. Put that in there. Why not? So this is the seed that we started with. And now we have a 2. So let's go ahead and look at under this and see what we got. So there's a 1. And that's a 2, 1. 1. A 2, 2. So these are good. These are bad. And then these, of course, are 1, 2, 1. And these are bad. Oh, goodness, we only need one of those. And so what we're going to do is we're going to grab all... Why do I break off all of the stuff? This doesn't make any sense. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take all these, as we have, and we're going to put... What is this? Toss those out. Put those in here. So the growth stat on it is going to go up. Okay. And now we just kind of gotta sadly sit here and wait for that. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my magnifying glass because this is gonna allow me to automatically shift so I don't have to break my shift key. We'll go ahead and sit right here, I think. Yeah, we'll sit right here. Perfect. Okay. What do we got here? 1. It's a 2, 2. 1. So far, nothing crazy. We need to get these. We're gonna go ahead and do this right here. I mean, I don't even think that's relevant at this moment. I would like to see something come out of this. But I don't know if anything will. Like, let's see, what is this at? 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1. So I think what we're gonna do, right, is we're just going to get rid of all of these because all of these are the exact same thing. I want to get this to grow over here. There we go. Let's see. Oh, this one's a... Yeah, see, this is already better. It's not... That's a 2. Yeah. That's a 3-2. That hasn't changed. So what we'll do is we're just going to go through here. We're going to break all of these. Okay. So now, what we want to do is we want to come over here. I'm going to do that. And now we wait. And hopefully this is a little bit more rapid. Because that would be extremely nice. How many do we have? I want to see this get filled up a little bit more before I do anything else. So there's that one. Okay. Now what we can do is we can break all these. And then we take what we got here. Well, we just take this 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay. But we don't need all of these. So what we do is we take these right here. I gotta go to sleep. 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 All right. Now we take this. That's 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll take this and just kind of do something like this right here. And hopefully the growing allows it to kind of distribute itself a little bit quicker. That would be super nice. But yeah, so now we got to do this, and hopefully, in doing such, allows us to, there it goes. It's like, what are we doing? Spread? Hopefully whenever we get this going all the way, whoa, big lag spike. Whenever we get this going all the way down, hopefully we can get some better seeds, because the quantity that it gives me is going to depend upon whether or not I can get what I need for the Botania stuff. So what do we got? We have a I don't want this because it's got the mutativity on it. So we'll just, I think that's what we'll do. Let's do this again. Grow them all up. Make sure they're all grown. And then this ensures that they will be doing the function of the parent. Pretty sure that's worse. What we can do is we can take all of these. See. Okay, so this upgraded in some fashion, so it was growth. That didn't do anything. That didn't do anything. Okay. Now what we can do is we can break up all of these. Come over here. Do the same thing. This. Take these. Send it. And then just get a whole bunch of bone meal from this. And then yeah, and then we could just grab up as many of these as we need, because we need these to make the floral Uzumawats. So hopefully we can get this kind of quickly. Let's see. Go ahead and put that in there. We'll go ahead and take this. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, it's perfect. White. 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 Is that a white? Yes, it is. Perfect. Yes. So we have 2 white flowers. So that's going to be super nice, because all we have to do now is we take this, put that in there. I was afraid that was going to be white gray, or light gray, and I was going to be devastated. I was like, oh no. Let me take this, put that in there. Oh, and now we need a seed. Better than that. Jeez, that scared me. Oh, Lord. Okay. So now that we have this, actually, we're just going to do stone. Actually, no. We're going to do wood. Some planks. Some plankage. And what we're going to do is, we're going to do something very similar over there. How do I? Yeah, we'll do 2. Yep. So now we need living rock, which means, lo and behold, that's why. You can burn charcoal into what? Dust? My lordy. I didn't know that. What does that go into? A graphite bar. We don't need that yet. That's way, 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 way later. A graphite bar? What is this used for? Oh, reactor? Really? Anybody want to create a reactor with me? Good grief. You can create a graphite singularity and do that too. I'm actually just gonna throw it out because there's no way I'm getting to that today at all. And so ideally what you would want is you would want to encase this entire thing, so 8 pieces of stone. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and wait on that. Because after we get the living rock, there's an endoflame. How do you get this? So you need red, light gray, and 2 brown. What's over here? We have red, light gray, and then 2 brown. So we're gonna take this, put that in there. We're gonna go red, light gray, 2 brown. Now we need a partridge in a pear tree, man. Good grief. I think somebody's doing some work outside. Kind of annoying. Anyway. I should have kept those seeds, man. Gosh dang it. Oh, man. Let's see. Dropped a few frames, I guess. I don't know when. Let's see. Take these. This. Nice. So now, with that being said, there's a whole thing about living wood and like there's a mana spreader, a runic altar, a rune of earth. What is this used for? Really? Is that what that's used for? Can't you just use 9 of... Yeah, you could just use 9 of them. There's no need for that. Okay. And of course there's other things. There's the flower seeds and the solium seeds, and you can get chicken essence and stuff. Like, you can get everything. Anyway, with that being said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here. Cool. And then I'm gonna put a piece of dirt down right there. And then we're gonna investigate the seeds. 10, 10, 10, dirt to dirt, 10, 10. Okay. That means all of this is pointless. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this. And now, all of this should grow. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, cool. And now should be able to get a metric ton of dirt. Perfect. And now, oh yeah, that's something else that I wanted to do, is we're gonna take 8 pieces of that, and let's go ahead and create some very much needed torches. Very much needed torches. Because I've been so sick and tired of needing, oh, there's a spider in there? Maybe that's worth it. Who knows? Because I've been so sick and tired of not having my stuff grow and there being an issue with it growing and all the stuff. It's just been so annoying. So we're going to put that in there. Go ahead and put the petals in there. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to take all these. And we're going to bring this, oops. Bring this over here. We're going to get another one. Because it's just going to be easier. We should have plenty. Oh yeah. Plenty. Perfect. And then that's going to turn into living rock. And we need... Okay, so we need a mana spreader. We're going to need living wood. Eventually, we're going to need the wood. We're going to need the pickaxe. We're going to need my axe. Yeah, we're not going to need these quite yet. These are necessary. These aren't. Let's do this. And then, yeah, we'll put these down here. Is what we'll do. That's what we'll do. All right. Perfect. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of quick. All right. Perfect. We have the living rock. Whoop. The runic altar. We need mana powder. That's going to be... So we can get sugar. Sugar is not an issue for us. All sugar is the nature essence. So it takes sugar cane. Sugar cane is just that. Which, speaking of, I'm glad that I did that, because what I was going to do is I was going to come over here, because if you notice, I'm dying. I need to get some food, and what I was gonna do is I was gonna get some wheat or potatoes or something that would, you know, help me out a little bit. And this should not take very long to grow and spread at all. Like, you see how fast this is going? Now compare that over there. Like, this is, like, it was ridiculous. Like, it's awful. Okay. I want to get some potatoes. Some potatoes. And once we get those, we'll be able to hopefully get some food going. Some carrots. There's a melon. A whole melon. Some wheat. Actually, wheat wouldn't be that bad. Because then what you could do is you could take these and then just make some bread. Bread's pretty good. Perfect. Now we have living wood. Okay. Now that we have that, we need a mana spreader. Which means we need a kettle. We have one of those. I can't. Oh, okay. But that is a mana spreader. Lucky break, I guess. Okay, the runic altar requires sugar. But that requires mana to actually be... Like, I don't... Okay, so if we take this... Okay, we need a wand. I know there is one. Wand. Right here. So we need... Okay, so we need... How do you get that? Oh. Oh shoot, I did the wrong thing, didn't I? Because what the wand's going to allow us to do is it's going to allow us to link that over there, and then anything we put over there is just going to be, like, it can just happen. You know what I mean? So we're going to take all this. Let's see. Perfect. Nice. Sounds like I'm gonna have some editing to do. Let's go ahead and throw, let's see. These are the correct seeds, right? 10, 10, 10, dirt, 10, 10. Perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw these dirt out, this dirt out, and this dirt out. And we'll just put these back. We'll just do that. Wood. That's what I was wanting. So this is essence. This can go in there. Perfect. It's looking like we're gonna need a lot of wood here. Okay, so now I'm not hearing any Minecraft music. That sucks. So now that we got this, take these. Whoa. Put that in there, put that in there. Just grab this if we want. This should get done very, very soon. Perfect. Because what we're going to need is we're going to need 3 twigs, which is going to be 6 of these. Yeah. We're going to need 6 of those, and then we're going to need some kind of a petal situation. Yeah, let's do the blue. Why not? Yeah, we'll just do blue. And then you go like this, like a fishing rod, and you go like that. See how it linked up with it right there? So now what we can do is we could take. Now what we could do is we could take. I'm pretty sure you could just use wood if you want. Hmm. Yeah, so now, okay, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I messed with them. But now that we have this, you can see how much this is actually developing, how much it's putting in there, and yada, 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 how much these guys have. So now we need to get a piece of agar. And the only way to do that is to do this. Then we have this, take the sugar, then you just toss it in there. Perfect. Now I need the living wood, or the living rock stuff. Come over here, do one of these, do one of these, and now we have one of these. And I'm pretty sure we need one of these. We're gonna need some of that because what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to pull it from here and then send this over to somewhere else. And then after that, we can start getting these ruins that we need. We're gonna need something like this. How do you expect me to get that? I need to get like 1,000 other things. Oh, I need to get prosperity. That's right. Prosperity, prosperity. And here, that's just ice. So this is where that ice is going to come in. Ice. Ice, ice, baby. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway. We need to put this away. That away. Oh, no. Gotta make sure there's no essence in there. So I'm trying to keep it as separated as possible. If I can, of course. I'm trying to keep it as separated as possible. We need to grab the ice seeds. And then we just do this. I have all kinds of stuff buzzing at me. Good grief. Okay. Now that we have this, we can take these. That's a snow block. Okay, well, I think I just royally messed that up, so we'll just get rid of that. How do I get ice again? Yeah, it's okay. So it's like a furnace. Okay. Perfect. So now, with that, perfect. So now we can actually start doing other things. Let's see, what can we do? Well, let's first see what we need. So we need earth essence. We need 4 of those. 3, 4. Perfect. Check. We need earth. We need some kind of a mystical agriculture thing, potentially. We need a piece of dirt. Interesting. So we'll do number 4 of those. Okay. We need... We got that. We got that. It looks like anything polished. So to me, it looks like it's going to be 4 stone like this. We'll just throw those back in there because that's what that's going to be. We got this, we got this, we got the polish working on, or we're working on the polishing. So we got this, and let me just go grab a weird little thing out of here. Lime green, that'll work. Nobody likes lime green. Actually, it's probably actually fine. I like it a little bit. So we got all of this for the most part. Now it's just this. So with that being said, we need to get an ingot of prosperity, like so. And now that we have an ingot, we need to get... Wait a minute. That requires this. That requires one of these. Oh, how convenient. I have just enough. Okay. Alrighty. So we take this. We go like this. Like this. Boom, boom, boom. But we take this. We go like this. Boom, boom. And we go like this. Boom, boom. No. Okay. So I think what you gotta do is... Oh, that's smooth stone. How do you get polished? How do you get polished stone? Okay, am I stupid? Oh, I might be stupid. Marble. I think I'm just an idiot. It looks more and more accurate. Does everything need quartz? Yup. That sucks. That's a tier 3 seed. I can't even get that even if I wanted to. Let's see. Oh, great. That's tier 2. I mean, that's a little doable. We need to get something. How does one do? Void stone. Oh. Just stone works. I'm just an idiot. We need our axe. What is going on with our seeds? What is going on with our seeds here? What's wrong with these? 10, 10, 10. Oh, that's nature to dirt. That's probably why. 10, 10, yeah. Nothing strange, nothing out of the ordinary. 10, 10, nature to dirt. 10, 10, nature to nature. Essence is up there. Put that in there, put this down here, put that over there. Perfect. All right. We'll just put that right there. All right. So it looks good. It looks good. The only issue that I have is I need another one of these over here, one of these mana thingy mabobbers, right? And then, so, what is that gonna take? Oh yeah, that's right. That takes one of these things. We'll just take the pink flower. Oh, my bad. The petal. It. Squeeze me. Hold on. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it. I don't want to do that, really. We're gonna take this, and we're just gonna. Yep. So that's gonna get fired up. So we have what? Can I throw this on here? Is that how? Yeah. Am I missing something? We have this. We have this. We have dirt. We have dirt. A bippity boppity boo. Am I the only one confused, or? Wait a minute. So you can do a mushroom of some kind, right? Let's do mushroom. Let's go ahead and do that because something's wrong. That's you have to get. And sometimes I hate it, sometimes I don't, sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's not. It's rough out here. Okay, now, with that being said, perfect. So I guess it was just that. I don't know why that's a problem. It's mind-boggling. Put that in there. And put that in there. All right. I need living. In my head. Do I need to? That makes sense. Oh, that gets tier 2 soil, so I need this for the tier 2 soil. You can't get this any other way. This is the only recipe for it. I'll tell you, that's super annoying. But we've gotten this far, and we've made a good bit of progress, I think. Right? I think we made a good bit of progress, and with that being said, that's going to do it for this live stream. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to catch you next one. Peace.